What is going on, everybody? We're back on it. Berserk manga chapters 152 and 153. I think these are the right chapters. I'm getting a little bit of ahead. I'm getting a little bit of head here. We saw this one, right? Yeah. So if I repeat questions, just know that you guys haven't seen Monday's video by the time I'm recording this. Regardless, though, we left off with Nina going through literally all signs of literally every human emotion that someone could possibly go through. She went through of blaming others, then blaming herself, then saying she would take care, then protecting herself, then thinking about ratting someone out, then thinking about taking someone else's courage, then I can't do that shit. Like, her brain is hanging on by a thread. I feel like if she gets pushed anymore, she's gonna end up like Casca. Like, something's just gonna snap and she's just gonna be blank slate. So we'll see what happens to her. She's been taken to the torture room. Casca is in possession, and we're kind of building to this hybrid eclipse thing. I don't know if, because Guts is the only one that's seen that, to my knowledge. But we don't know, is that like Mosgus and the Iron Chain Knights doing that have her put there? Or is that like the end or the start of like the hybrid eclipse? Who knows? Puck is infiltrated, and we have this little Avengers team up of Isidro, Luca, and Guts approaching. We'll see what happens. Serpico literally just was a nuisance for 5 minutes and just ruined everything. We have no idea if the old man and the rest of the Iron Knights got out of there. If anything, maybe they can hold out till the sun comes up. And besides that, we're just kind of waiting again. It's kind of like before we get to the first eclipse of where we know it's coming. Now we're just kind of waiting for it. The problem is, at least with the first eclipse, we kind of knew what was going to come as far as like, okay, we saw what Griffith becomes. We saw Darth Vader. Then we started the story seeing Anakin. We know he turns into Darth Vader. Now with this eclipse happening, we haven't seen the other side of it. I don't know who lives. I don't know who dies. What becomes of TBD. I will say we don't have as much of connection to any characters as much as we did with some of the other Ox members, with the Judo, Porcus, the rest of them. We've gotten a little bit of Farnese, we've gotten a little bit of Serpico. Isidro's been sprinkled in the last handful of chapters. Luca, but at the end of the day, it's still kind of like there's not really as strong of a connection. So if bodies just start dropping again, it won't be as emotional. But we'll see. Let's go ahead and do it. Mic is on. Yeah, mic's on. Recording. You guys can see the cursor. Alright, let's go ahead and do it. Chapter 152, The Iron Maiden. Orders to return to the Holy See. But why so suddenly, Abbot? It is a direct notice from the Holy See. Oh shit. I believe it is safe to say that the heretics are subjugated for now. I too am honestly quite relieved. You have performed well in this lengthy duty. Oh. Remnants might still be lurking. The public mind is unsettled. Interrogation and execution of sentences will still require some time. What of the Inquisitor's protection during that period? I do not be anxious about that point. This order to return was not addressed to the Holy Iron Chain Knights, but to you individually. So this is where she was in kind of that like town hall type thing when she was singled out last time. That's what she's being summoned to again, correct? That can't be. Are you saying that as commander I must abandon my own forces? I will not assent. I cannot comply. You're going to comply. There should be no problem in trusting the remainder of practical duties to Vice Commander Zahn. As Farnese, I have heard this papal edict come through the influence of the Vendeminian family of your father. Okay. Must understand, though this be a sacred duty, you must understand the feelings of your father is not wanting to see you, a woman, detained in this gruesome place. Agreed. And if you knew what was going on in her head, it actually is good to get her as far away from this shit as possible. Now I'm curious. We haven't seen the gap in between her partaking in like the public execution burnings of people as a child, and then the moment she kind of tortured guts slash got turned into a pseudo demon slash has been seeing all these tortures and it kind of like giving her that pleasure. We haven't seen that space in between those years of like kid to now. Was she around those things as well that was sparking those emotions out of her, or had all that been suppressed until that guts whip moment? I don't know. Please understand, please. If Sir Pico's in love with her, please wait, Farnese. Oh. Okay. Just got slapped. You snitched on me to father. Oh, I know, you're reporting my actions in detail to the family. I'll bet you declare that I gleefully round up heretics to burn at the stake, right? Never. Father's orders. I'm certain he's so disposed to worrying. You can't disobey the family head either. Indeed, but don't you forget I am your master. Are they related? Because she said you snitched on me to father. She didn't say my father. She also didn't say our father. And then he says father. No, she says father's orders. You have sworn your sword to me. I alone am your master. I don't think they're related. Yes, ma'am. Do you hate me? Talk of hate? Fine, forget it. Keep walking. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Oh, they didn't do anything to Nina. Not yet. Sorry, I've never seen anyone as miserable as you. You discussed everything before we could even rip a... Dang, so she just sang. She was in there just, whatever y'all want to know, I got you. I mean, she has no allegiances. Besides Luca, what does she have to protect? What is she loyal to? Who does she love? What does she love? What does she have to her life? She might die next week with this sickness that's going on within her. So, who really knows? This is your last night, bought with the blood of your friend. Savor it. Sorry, I'm sorry, please. Did she just straight up threw Casca? I thought, we don't know what she said, but the way he just said that, it looks like she just did anything in her powers to not be tortured, and I guess the quickest way to get them to stop or to focus their torturous intents is to just put it on like Casca's right there. They could just do it then. But then it's weird to me that they still wouldn't go through with things. Given what we've seen in that room, I'm sure a lot of people have confessed to things, especially after, like he said, we didn't have to rip one fingernail. A lot of people will start speaking if you take a fingernail off. I'm surprised they didn't just... And who's to say what they're telling is the truth? And I'm sure some of them probably think people are telling the truth, but probably get joy out of still torturing people even though they're telling the truth anyway. Interesting that they just let her skip on out of there. Huh. Splendid work, Miss Farnese. Grateful. Oh god, there he is. Even with all these facilities in use, we do not catch up. Perhaps now it is no exaggeration to say that nearly all the heretics haunting Albion have finally been caught. Naturally, due to the glorious commander of the Holy Iron Chain Knights, your achievements of 3 years ago as well certainly were not mere fortuity? No, they were providence. As we see all this torturing and shit going on. Regarding causality suffered during this task, I will do all in my power to give accommodation to you at the Holy See. Again, you bring me joy. Father Mosgus, yes. No, it's nothing. Oh, Miss Farnese, according to your report, while raiding the heretics' hideaway, you were met by a number of monsters. I really, really want to see Mosgus interact. If if he's not an apostle, like there's nothing demonic about him, like he just is this slightly deformed, just 100% God-fearing faith believer, I would love to see him come in contact with these monsters, underlining monsters, and just see what he has to say. Like, what does he think about it? Because Farnese ran into some shit like that and straight up damn near renounced her faith. So I would just be really curious to see that. The heretics inside the cave were repellite with some kind of suspicious drug or ceremonial incense. Perhaps the monsters were a mass hallucination caused by it. Also, within your report, you mentioned the black swordsman who you once pursued appeared there. Yes, Father. But why? Perhaps he bears some enmity? Enmity? Against the Holy Iron Chain Knights? Oh god, they're taking her. This girl. Put it in her mouth. Is there something about her? Yes, Father. When the black swordsman appeared, it seemed to me he was trying to rescue her. I have a report. According to the confessions of the heretics, that girl seems to be their sorceress. Oh, God. Or perhaps some icon their faith worships of sorts. Mistress Witch. Please save me. Oh, God, and they're calling out for her as she's walking through there. As you can hear, they all plead for her to save them. The heretic sorceress. Connected with the black swordsman? Oh, God. You know what I'm also really curious about? Is there, I guess the answer to my question is going to be no. We know Casca is damn near mute right now. She can't even express words, sentences. It's just sounds. I was gonna say, I wonder if there's any critical thinking actually going on in here, and she's just been so shocked that she just can't figure out how to express it. But I think the answer to that is no, because even if she was internally like cognitive and still on her like tip-top awareness and mental state, she would react different in these circumstances. She's just like really like newborn child, like, oh, I see something, I go to, oh, I see something, I go to it, oh, I fall down, I get up. Like, if she still was conscious, she would at least be physically able to like resist, stop, go, help. But I don't think anything's going on in there at all. Just a blank slate. Surely the mark of a witch. Oh, you're just gonna lock me in here. It's gonna be great for my mental. It would seem there is need to investigate this girl in special detail. Wow, and they had somebody in there, and that person is dead. If the screams are getting louder, the torture chamber must be this way. Maybe Casca's there too. Gotta hurry. I mean, if she gets put in there, she's definitely getting pierced by those nails and shit. So what's the play here? That's it? Puck, get your ass in. Okay, Puck did get in there. What do you do here? Because then it's another weird thing too, because we know Serpico and we know Farnese can now see Puck. Can the others? I still don't know where that line is of like, is it like the more strong your faith is, the more you can't see demons and other things that just, like, you can't compute it? Is it like a, spoiler, is it like a Westworld thing of like, you're almost so programmed to like, if you're an AI, like, oh, it looks like nothing to me. Like, you can't see something that your brain can't comprehend. So, like, in a Westworld setting, for should hit the fan in like season 1 or season 2, if I put a cell phone in front of them, their programming, it would just show a blank, like, they would see nothing in my hand. But there is a cell phone in my hand. But because you're supposed to be set in this time period where, like, cell phones aren't a thing, your program says to you, like, you don't even see this. So I wonder to them, is it like the stronger your faith is, it could literally be in front of your face, but you can't even compute it. But it's so wild how like quickly it can be shattered, and then you could see. I don't know. I don't know, because I don't even know if these people actually believe what they do, or they just enjoy the torture with no consequence. I don't know. And like she's not even panicking and doesn't even know what's going on. Now in this instance, though, if they close that, is there any kind of demonic presence that would protect her or what? Like her kid, that kid incubus figure showing up or what? It's piercing skin, Mistress Witch. Oh God. Oh, oh, oh. Did that whole thing just explode? So what are we saying happened here? Because she's... have we seen her bleed before? I'm trying to... I'm trying to make out what's really happening. I mean, I see what's happening here, but... These look to be piercing her, right? And she's just regular bleeding. Is it specifically because we triggered blood specifically on the curse mark that triggers the demonic reaction? Not just any blood for me, but like specifically the bleeding from that. I'm guessing so, especially since the Behelit seems to be so specific with like your blood getting on it. I'm guessing the demonic is going to be triggered. But then here's another thing: is it still nighttime? Can these show up at any point in time if there's direct blood coming from the curse mark, or is it still just like only a nighttime thing? Or maybe it doesn't even have to be a nighttime thing if you're just somewhere away from the sun. I don't know. We're talking technicalities right now that I don't have the answers to. But are we saying this thing exploded because of I mean, clearly because of the demons. Casca, she doesn't have this ability. This isn't her doing, but them seeing this is not helping our our case for not being a witch. Hmm. What is this? Oh God. But it's like, and do they see that? Are they seeing what we're seeing? And this almost looks like she's got an army of I don't know, that's kind of hard to describe because when we've seen her at night running around, it does at least appear that demons are actually the same way with Guts. It does appear that demons are actually coming after her, like trying to do harm to her. And it seems that um the whatever that child, what we're even calling that is, shows up, which again, I don't know how that's a thing. Um I'm gonna say that the child, the whatever the child is getting its abilities from the Griffith side of things. That's what gives it the ability to present itself to her because it's got, I mean, it's got God Hand blood in it or some kind of God Hand features, which I guess gives it the ability to appear to her when needed at any point in time. It comes from whatever void it's in. But that's how I interpret it. They're coming after her. That thing shows up. It has the God Hand scent on it. The demons get scared. They scatter. And we just repeat. Here, though, this almost looks like they're protecting her. Almost damn near like fighting for her here type thing. I don't know. You know what's wild is like there's been a lot of dead souls left in this little chamber room. You let those demons, there might be a lot of demonic souls in there. Oh, let's see. Chapter 153. Yo, it's huge. When you see it up this close, it's more like a citadel than a temple. Your voice down. What is it? What's this presence? Back of my neck's oozing? Oh no. An apostle? No, stranger. This place is bad news. Oh, what's that? It's a trash chute. Oh yeah, didn't she say she's got some inside connects? What's going on? Neither of you show your faces. I know you're in a hurry, but if you cause a scene now, you won't be able to save anyone. Elaine. Casca, that is. Leave her to me. Okay? Haven't seen you lately. I brought some friends. Could I ask you to get someone for me? Jerome of the Holy Iron Chain Knights? Oh, for so much? Oh, Guts said, F that, I'm in. He was not holding up, he was not waiting, and actually, I actually kind of like believed Luca there, like, okay, she's gonna get this done. No, my man's in. There's no like getting Jerome to help open a back door and like he's just in. Did something just pass by? It's just your imagination. Oh yeah, anxiety's getting stronger. This almost looks like the damn Midland Castle when we were fighting the no, not the Midland Castle. This looks like where we fought the Count almost. They're here. Oh, and these are all the people that are being tortured. So they see this. Do they see this? I don't know. I don't know. Are those? Okay, somebody definitely sees it. And do you know how many dead souls have been left in that room? I mean, they kind of deserve this, to be honest. The amount of people they've killed. There's a lot of souls waiting to be taken over in there. A lot of dead spirits. I hope they all kind of get cleaned out, to be honest with you. Look at that shot. I mean, they're surrounded the whole entire room. Huh. I wonder if we'll see fear in Mosgus. I mean, we'll definitely see it in Farnese. You know, she hates this shit. I wonder if there's gonna like, where's this like, how far does his faith take him right now? And the torturers as well. Like, what's going on with them? Monsters. What are they? Oh, they're definitely getting gobbled up. These things devour people. Wait, don't leave me. Oh, they left all those people hanging up. Grabbed Farnese and got the hell out of there. Quickly later, Farnese. Wait, Father Mosgus. Father Mosgus, it is dangerous here. Did they really all get out? The main entrance is no use. Let us escape to the chapel. We need help. Because what's happening to us here? This usually doesn't happen. Like, the child shows up. Like, it doesn't get this far. Where is it at? Help. She's been engulfed as well. The world it's happening. Vice Commander. Oh, Azan. He made it. Anyway, to higher ground, I will explain afterwards. Did Serpico just sense Guts, or did Serpico sense that Farnese like slid out of there? Ooh, got her ass. Why are you here? I'll take your head off. Where's my companion? Companion? You mean that witch? So you are following her? I will literally split you from nostril to your brows. You better let me know what I want to hear. The torture chamber? It's pointless to go now. It's the basement, overflowing with that. Would you just say it? I don't know. It shouldn't exist. Those things can't exist. Okay. Goodbye. There must be another way to the torture chamber, right? Show me. No, who'd want to go near that again? Does she not understand that I will take her head clean off if she doesn't start spitting out information? And if worse comes to worse and I gotta take her ass out, which we won't have to, I don't think Farnese's story ends right here. I'm just gonna go the opposite direction of where everybody seems to be coming away from, so if I gotta go through the main entrance, I gotta go through the main entrance. Sorry, but move your ass, I'm about to break. That's the end? Holy shit. Interesting, interesting, interesting. You know what? I got the itch. Don't say I never do anything for y'all. We'll add another chapter. 154. I didn't like the way that ended. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. Not if it's going to be a Nina focused chapter. Well, we already committed. I'm no good. I really am a no good person. I couldn't bear the nail on one finger. One more night then. Even at a time like this, I'm only worried about myself. Thanks to me right now, Elaine is, yet still it hurts. I don't want to die. I mean, yeah. She knows it sounds bad, but get out, hurry, it's already coming. Up, escape upwards. Prisoners, just leave them. Excuse me, has something happened? The monsters are coming. What? Underground from the torture chamber? Oh, Jesus, please open up, jailer. No, it keeps getting louder, it's coming closer. Somebody. Open the door up for her. Ah, there they are. There they are. Found you, yo girly, you're alive. You know, it's just so wild. It's hard for me to feel. Nina's got a terrible backstory. You can already tell. Like, life has not been easy. But at the same time, what makes it hard for me to, like, really connect is the way she acted that night. Even before she started hallucinating off of whatever they're doing. The ability to flip that switch of her, it makes it hard to want to sympathize with her. But what the hell's up with fucking Joe? He is not human. Save the mushy stuff for later. Something's really weird here. The entire tower's like a beehive. Someone smacked. It seems something happened down in the torture chamber, but I don't know the details. Well, thanks to what we were able to... Well, thanks to that, we... Oh, yeah, because everybody evacuated. That's the only reason they were able to get in and get her out. Hey, what are you doing? Open up. A plan. Diversionary tactics. We'll use them to... Yeah, just get them all out. Let them all out. Maybe they can't hunt us down. Say what? You're an accomplice now, man. If you turn on us, I'll tell them all sorts of stuff about you. I'm sorry to wrap you up in this, Jerome. Looks like I've really lost my edge, but oh well. It's a rotten duty anyway. Now my mind's made up. Jerome always seemed like a decent one, so you know what that means, right? Jerome's gonna die. So, I think Luca dies too, unfortunately. I think Jerome dies trying to do something noble for Luca or any of the girls. And I think Luca dies for... God, unfortunately, I think she's gonna die for Nina's sake. Maybe going wrong for the sake of a woman is more in character for a libertine like me. Jerome, I really did get him wrong. Alright guys, we ain't got the time. Alright, that said, it's goodbye to Albalon. Wait a minute. Nina. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, what? I don't know where that's supposed to go. I'm sorry, but there's one more. Yeah, she's my money rider. Where's Elaine? Elaine's in the torture chamber, but right now the basement's... You do know. She's probably in the basement. Let's go now while it's clear. Is it, though? What the... And everyone can see this, correct? I'm going to assume that's a yes. Alright, this is what we're here for. Place is empty, but the whole room was flooding. The smell is putrid. It smells like blood. Yeah, no shit. Where did all the flesh bodies go? It's just all skeletons. That's not good. It did this? Casca? There's Puck. What are you doing? Don in heavy armor to mow down the enemy. I snuck in here so I could rescue Casca, but then they showed up and died the whole room. What about her? What about Casca? Casca was swallowed up by them. But something's weird. The other humans were instantly dissolved, but Casca wasn't. And though she was swallowed, her presence never vanished. It did protect... What? Hold on. We've got an unlicensed Weekend track playing in the background. That shit'll get copyrighted. Oh god, another one. I don't know what's happening. It's bad. It's bad times. The Matrix is trying to get us, boys. We'll just click on something. There we go. She's safe, probably. Definitely. What is this guy doing? She still can't see it. How? Or she just can't see what we're talking to, maybe. And where did she go? It's like they came out of everywhere, but there was one big spirit, so I think she's in that. What is that? Okay, she can see it. I was about to say, how? Oh god. No, wait, I remember that. Where did I... Oh god, this is gonna trigger her even more. That's right, it was then. Hey, you can do what you want. Just don't get in my way or I'll kill you. I appreciate it, Farnese. I'm out. Wait. Oh god. I think you better get on out of there. I think you better slide on out of there. Okay. And they're boarded up here. Please step back. The door will not hold. We have nothing to fear. He seems to be that, Now here's the thing. So there's nothing going on in that room. Are those spirits just floating around looking for, like, living human flesh? Our mouths shall not call out for God to save us. Faith demands our all. I devote myself gladly to this trial. Repent thou dead. Oh, whoops, missed one. Now's the time for our faith to be tested. If you believe, stand there and somebody will save you. I hope not, but we'll see. It is through death that we espy faith. And there it is again. There it is again. There it is again. And what is this? Is this where this is coming from? Is this where this is coming from? This? I don't know. Interesting. Were those full pay? I don't know. It felt like those 3 chapters went by really, really fast. I think the shot of everything, though, was Casca being fully engulfed wherever that shot was at. Where was it at? No, it was in 152. Right. This one. That's definitely the best shot for sure. So, trying to wrap my head around what it is that's actually happening here. Is she being protected? Like, are those the souls of the other... I don't know, because we haven't gone into it too deeply that, like, the specific soul that was left over that's being taken over by the demonic presence that shows up, those souls would have will to act how they wanted to. So I was going to say, are these the souls of others that were tortured and died in that little Iron Maiden thing? And that feel like they're not going to let that happen to somebody else, so they're protecting her? Or is this a whole other, like, step up, like, this is a God hand protection type thing? I don't know. I really don't know what's going on with this, because it does. I thought it looked like she was being protected as well, but then she got all engulfed up. So I'm like, is she? That's TBD. Again, we end off with those eyes. I don't know who or what they belong to yet. They've been literally floating around for 10 plus chapters. I'm going to assume shit doesn't really hit the fan until the Skull Knight shows up, because we know he's lurking for this moment as well. So when I see him on screen, I'm going to assume, if we haven't seen any God Hand or Griffith up to the point of then we see Skull Knight on, like, the next panel, I'm going to then assume one, if not multiple God Hand, are going to be appearing very shortly after we see Skull Knight. So that'll be TBD. Guts is in there. I don't know what's happening here, really. But we'll see. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, favorite, subscribe as always.